Kent State is holding a new competition, Race to Zero Waste. How you can get involved coming up.
And Ohio has the highest statewide weekly increase in gas prices, America's national average, and how prices will change in the future.
And new satellite images have emerged showing Russian troops at Ukraine's borders. More on the invasion.
If your favorite part of the cake is the frosting, well then you're in some luck. Acme has released a sweet treat just for you, and TV2 will have a live taste test. All this and more as your Wednesday newscast starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Portage County, and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Louden.
And I'm Erin Sullivan. We start tonight with a competition on Kent's campus.
Kent State is hosting an 8-week-long Race to Zero Waste competition. TV2's Josh Bailey spoke with the Director of Sustainability about the competition. Josh?
That's right. Last month kicked off one of the largest recycling and waste reduction competitions here on campus. Campus Race to Zero Waste is an 8-week competition against other colleges and universities to promote waste reduction activities.
It's a really good opportunity to reach out to people on campus, educate them about what is recyclable and other ways that they can reduce waste.
The results for the competition are measured in several ways.
Some of the biggest ones are to see how little waste we can produce overall, to see how much we can recycle per person on our campuses.
Residence halls on campus also compete in the challenge. East Way Center competes against Tri-Towers, and smaller halls compete individually.
All the halls together will be in a competition to see who can recycle the most.
There are many ways students and staff can help reduce waste across campus.
Anything that you put in a trash bin or a recycle bin is going to be measured. We have signs on trash bins all over campus that help to clarify what you can put in the recycling bin.
While most plastic bottles, paper, and aluminum cans are able to go in regular recycling bins, electronics are not.
A lot of the materials in those electronics are, one, recyclable, and two, would be bad for the environment and for health if they don't get recycled.
The Office of Sustainability is hosting a free e-cycling event during the first 4 Wednesdays of March.
Anyone who has electronics that they want to responsibly recycle can drop it off.
The competition will run through the end of March, and winners will be announced sometime in April. For more information, visit kent.edu/sustainability. Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Joshua Bailey.
Thanks, Josh. An 85-unit residential development is in the works for the former Kent State University golf course at the corner of Route 59 and Powder Mill Road. The township has approved a variance permitting the new development, which is a little over 39 acres. The site plan still requires approval from the Portage County Regional Planning Commission, and a builder is still yet to be decided for the new development.
Portage County, Northeast Ohio, I'm TV2 weather anchor Odin Amador-Gorby with your Wednesday night forecast. Currently in Kent right now, it is cloudy skies out there, 27, feels like 18 with a dew point 19. Visibility at 9 miles, and it has definitely been a chilly day today, that's for sure. Currently across our state, we can see these chilly temperatures all around us. Kent at 28, 29 Youngstown, 28 in Sandusky, and 27 in Mansfield. It has definitely been a freezing cold night out there for sure. And here's your hour by hour. As you can see, towards 7 p.m. it will be cloudy skies. All throughout the night, really, it's going to be cloudy skies at midnight, 22. 7 a.m. it'll be cloudy as well. That's all I have for now. In my next update, I'll have your live radar. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. In the Monroe Falls community is mourning the death of a former police chief, Steve Stahl. Stahl was a dedicated community member serving on the city council for 2 terms and spent 10 years working for the Summit Juvenile Court. At the end of his career, he worked as a probation officer and security guard at the Stowe Municipal Court. Stahl was just 66 years old.
And
An airplane crash in Seneca County killed a pilot
and co-pilot late Tuesday evening. The plane was a single-engine plane and crashed about 2 miles east of Fostoria in Loudon County. The pilot, 59-year-old Shane Halbrook, and the co-pilot, 51-year-old Michael Wright, were pronounced dead at the scene. The crash remains under investigation, and TV2 will continue to update you as the story progresses.
And in Cuyahoga Falls, police are still looking for a missing 14-year-old boy who went missing last week. Officers believe Seth Heidebrink ran away and was last seen at Cuyahoga Falls High School. Officers describe Heidebrink as 5'8", 130 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. He was also last seen wearing a black hoodie with jeans and white Jordan shoes. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Cuyahoga Police Department. And hear about an Ohio man who is getting a second chance after 16 years in prison for a crime he may have not committed.
And former officer Brett Hankinson took the stand earlier today for opening statements in the case of Breonna Taylor's death. TV2 will update you after the break.
Can we get strawberries? Okay.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Tomorrow have a good time. Living seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic. To change the writing on the wall. Writing on the wall. One book can make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first thing that helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Welcome back. An Ohio man spent nearly 16 years in prison for a crime a judge now says he may not have committed.
DNA evidence has given Richard Horton a second chance to prove his innocence, and he's free while he waits for a second day in court. Bree Buckley has more on the story.
This was the moment Richard Horton dreamt of for nearly 2 decades. Being released from prison and reunited with his family after he was granted a second chance at clearing his name.
Prison is a pretty miserable place.
Now, a month later, we sat down to catch up with him and talk about life on the other side.
It's been amazing. It's a true blessing to be free, to be here, to relink with some of my family members, to spend time with my daughter, and hopefully I'll see my son here in a couple of days.
A judge granted him a retrial in January after his lawyer with the Ohio Innocence Project found DNA testing that wasn't available during his first trial when he was convicted in a violent home robbery. The DNA proves his fingerprints weren't on a shell casing taken from the scene.
Were there ever days where you didn't think that you would make it out?
Oh yes, there were. But you know, just being in the type of situation that I was in, there are people who honestly, they were never going home, no matter what they did. And then you just being around those type of people, you start to count your blessings.
He says faith, family, and his support system kept him going, including his friend Robert McClendon, who he met while they were in prison.
That's what drew us together. and made us really close.
McClendon was exonerated in 2008 after wrongfully serving 18 years.
The saddest day of my life was when I was in the courtroom and got convicted and sentenced to 15 years to life for rape and kidnapping. The happiest day of my life was when I was exonerated by DNA evidence with the help of the Innocent Project.
And now is helping Horton through a time that not many can comprehend.
So we're there for each other because we get each other. We understand each other. We've been through something that is unique that a lot of people can't relate to. Your life being totally taken away from you, everything.
The two hope to be able to use their stories and experiences to help influence the younger generations in Columbus that are turning to gun violence.
Because we've been somewhere where they haven't been, and I'm pretty sure they don't want to go.
And inspire others that may be in a similar situation.
Just keep fighting, you know, try to stay positive even on some of the darkest days.
The May 3rd Ohio primary may not occur this year due to the fact that there are no maps for legislative or congressional districts. Ohio Secretary Frank LaRose said he can foresee almost no circumstance where it is possible to conduct the district races on May 3rd. There are two options for Ohio that lawmakers must decide. They can delay the primary or hold two separate primaries, one for statewide elections and another for congressional.
And in 2019, this Muslim athlete was disqualified after wearing a hijab during her high school cross-country meet. Alexandria Abukaram went to work to change this rule and met with Senator Teresa Gavarone to sponsor a bill to prevent this issue that could impact other Muslim athletes. Governor Mike DeWine's office is set to sign Bill 181 into law after it passed in both the Senate and the House.
And Ohio has had the highest statewide weekly increase in gas prices. Today's national average for gas is over $3.50. This is 21 cents more than a month ago and 90 cents more than a year ago. Gasoline and jet fuel prices have reached their highest levels since 2014. The gas prices may be caused by Ukraine invading Russia, which is having a rippling effect on the oil market.
Welcome back, everyone. Here is your live radar. As you can clearly see, nothing's really going on across our state. We do have some river flood warnings in Mahoning County, but nothing serious like I mentioned before. It's pretty clear out there radar-wise. And as we continue to see, we might have a leg of flurries here and there. So that's other than that, that's really it. And as we continue with our statewide temperatures, you can see 29 in Akron, 31 in Steubenville, Lima at 27, 32 in Cincinnati tonight. So it's definitely a chilly one out there. So bundle up as you head out the door for your evening commute. And your 7-day outlook, as you can clearly see, we will continue this pattern all throughout the week towards your Thursday cloudy skies, but then Friday we will get some snow, but then towards the weekend it'll be partly cloudy skies, and it will continue to be partly cloudy skies with highs going up into the 40s. That's all I have for now for your Wednesday night forecast. Please stay warm and safe out there, everyone.
Thanks, Odin. And the trial regarding Breonna Taylor raid is happening right now. The trial of Officer Brett Hankinson is to determine his charges of wanton endangerment, a charge that is not related to Breonna Taylor's death. Just a half an hour ago, Anthony James, an officer present at the raid, testified before the court. TV2 will have more updates on this trial as it continues. Be sure to follow us on social media at KentWired for the latest in the investigation.
And Kyle Rittenhouse has launched a media accountability project. Rittenhouse said the project is to help fundraise and hold the media accountable for lies they have said, and this will hold them accountable in court. 18-year-old Rittenhouse was found not guilty in the shootings during last year's unrest in Wisconsin. Rittenhouse said he plans to sue news organizations and media for spreading lies against him.
A new study indicates gun deaths in the U.S. have overtaken car crashes in terms of the number of years of life lost due to trauma-related deaths. Researchers examined data from the CDC between 2009 and 2018. They found that in 2017 alone, there were 1.44 million years of potential life lost due to firearm deaths. In comparison to motor vehicle crashes caused a loss in 1.37 million years of potential life. Calculations were broadly based on the average U.S. life expectancy of 80 years.
And Florida is continuing to advance a pair of controversial bills that would bar schools from having discussions about sexual orientation and gender identity in primary grade levels. The bills would extend to student support services and would require the school to share students' information to the parents relating their mental well-being. The purpose of the bill is to reinforce the fundamental rights of parents to make decisions on the upbringing of their children.
And the Supreme Court is set to decide if businesses can refuse to serve gay customers. This case comes after a Colorado web designer wanted to release a statement saying she would refuse services for gay couples because of her religious beliefs, which violates the Colorado anti-discrimination bill. The Supreme Court will be ruling whether this law violates the First Amendment. The court will hear the case in October.
And Ukraine has imposed a state of emergency and told its citizens in Russia to leave immediately.
TV2's Kyle Vasil has more on the tensions in Ukraine.
Yes, tensions between Russia and the Ukraine are continuing to rise after Russia sent troops to Donetsk and Luhansk. Recent satellite images show additional Russian troops, vehicles, and logistics infrastructures that have developed along the Ukrainian border southwest of Mizar, Belarus. Satellites have also found a severe image showing an airfield with dozens of tents and vehicles, which have appeared in the last few days. The satellite image from the February 4th showed that the airfield was completely vacant. The airfield is just 24 miles away from the Ukrainian border. Multiple nations from NATO are imposing sanctions on Russia due to their invasion of the two breakaway regions of Ukraine. President Biden announced that the United States will cut off Russia's government from Western financing, send additional troops to aid the NATO countries, and impose sanctions on Russian elites. The United Kingdom has also frozen the assets of 5 Russian banks. Germany, which is Russia's greatest gas customer, has suspended a project on a key pipeline. Many world leaders have spoken out about the possible invasion. What you just saw was United States UN ambassador saying there is not middle ground. Pope Francis has also expressed sadness over the current events, saying, and one more, the peace of all of us is threatened by the interests of the few. For TV2 News in Franklin Hall, I'm Kyle Vasil.
I've got a recap on the historic night that men's basketball had last night coming up on my sports block.
And do you like icing better than cake? Stay tuned to find out if Acme has the perfect sweet treat for you.
Every one of us has a voice. And every voice has the power to shape the world. Ours is no different. Our voice is 85 years in the making. A voice that's more than 700 students strong, one of the largest in the nation. It's 10 different award-winning media partners sharing 34 outlets, all working united toward a common goal. Our voice reaches 30,000 households on TV, over 22,000 magazine readers per year, 500,000 newspapers, feature films in stores nationwide. Our voice is pride in what we do. It empowers students, emerging professionals, to ask tough questions and demand answers. We believe in our voice. We believe in its ability to change the world. And our voice makes us who we are.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself? What are you gonna make of me?
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Good evening, Portage County. I'm Liv Sharp, and we have a record-breaking, heart-stopping, and jaw-dropping block for you, so let's get into it. We got to start with the absolutely record-breaking night last night that the men's basketball team had. The Flashes beat MAC opponent Ball State 93-82, but this one came after they were trailing at the half to the Cardinals. And you know who you got to thank for the second half comeback? Steph Curry. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant Sincere Carey with his 7 threes and overall 25 points. Carey broke the record for most threes in a game with 10 overall, and he had a career-high 42 points, but Carey wasn't the only superstar on the hardwood last night. That's right, Malik Jacobs recorded the program's first triple-double, scoring 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists. The Flashes have begun their revenge tour against Central Michigan and Northern Illinois, but we will see them back in the MAC on Friday, March 4th. The Kent State women's basketball team is looking for a clean sweep of Miami of Ohio tonight. The Flashes are coming off a pair of tough losses against Akron and Bowling Green, but the Flashes have already beat Miami in the MAC this season, winning 83-61. The Flashes will rely on the trio of Nyla Blackford, Katie Shoemate, and Lindsey Thal to dominate the Red Hawks. The Kent State women's lacrosse team is taking on that school down the road this evening. They are looking to get their first win of the season after tough losses to Duquesne and Butler. Kent has only played against Akron once, and they came out victorious with a 9-8 win over the Zips. So let's take a look at the score. Unfortunately, Kent State fell to Akron 6-11, but they will be back this Friday. After a crazy All-Star weekend, the Cavs are looking toward the second half of the season, and their first game is in Detroit tomorrow night. Now, I think all Cleveland fans remember the devastating loss they took at the hands of the Pistons earlier this season, so redemption is on the line. Cleveland is heading into Detroit with their new and healthy starting lineup, thank you Kobe Altman, and they are hoping for another W. Tip-off is at 7. That's all I've got for you today. As always, follow us on social media at TV2 KSU Sports for updates on all things Kent athletics. I'm Liv Sharp saying good night and go Flashes.
And Acme has a new sweet treat that hits the shelves this week. Hear more after the break.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back, everybody. Did you go to prom?
Did I go to prom? Of course I went to prom.
Okay, well, prom season is right around the corner, and the Do Something Ministry in Rootstown is planning its annual Prom on Us free event where they give out free prom attire. The event is scheduled to be held on March 5th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
And the coordinator of the event said the purpose is to provide prom attire to area teens who plan on attending one of the area's prom events this year. Wish it was me. The church has already received donations of more than 300 prom dresses. Happy shopping.
Are you a person that loves icing more than the cake? Well, then local Acme stores may have the perfect sweet treat for you. Acme has a cake that looks like Mount Everest that is 90% icing and 10% cake.
The confections were made by Acme President Nick Albrecht as the tongue-in-cheek nod to the piles of snow that are still piled up outside the Akron Acme. The icing cakes are $5 and are made from scratch buttercream icing.
I hope it's not buttermilk. That would not be good.
All right, well.
Live taste test.
We actually have it right here in the studio. Do you need help?
Help? Oh, it's harder than I thought. Now we have to trade.
Yeah, no. COVID safety.
Okay,
now we have to
I
find
didn't get any cake. I need
the cake in
Oh, I
here.
found it. I found it.
That literally took like 0 seconds. Oh, it's on your side, so you got the advantage.
It kind of has a good flavor. Nice vanilla, creamy, moist.
And look at that Ohio
look at
flag.
That Ohio flag.
Excuse me. With those
What's the
trees
Ohio?
over here, they really put in the work. Oh, and we have these little sprinkles. You see this? Zoom in on this. Look at this.
Yeah,
And this, of course, oh, you can't see it because of my white. But of course, you know, this is a nod to all of the crazy snow we've been getting. I feel like we're in a tutorial. And here's the Ohio flag.
This definitely looks like Ohio. I'm sick of because except it needs to be brown because all the snow here now is brown.
This is what we want.
Yeah, it is really sweet though, and I am a person that sadly prefers cake over the icing. What about you?
What? I mean, I do like the cake better, but what do you rate it out of 10?
I'd probably give it like a 6 because it has a good flavor, but like I don't know if you could actually eat it, you know?
Well, after a long day of school, I could definitely eat this and have this for dinner. Because the calories don't count if it's not at Ohio, you know what I'm saying?
I just want the cake, though.
Yeah, I would give this a 7, probably because I didn't have dinner yet.
Me either. Also, I like chocolate cake the best, but I feel like I'd rather have Laffy Taffy than this.
I do love a good chocolate cake, but German chocolate's definitely my favorite.
Okay, well, that is all we have for this Wednesday newscast. Thank you for sticking with us tonight.
What a sweet newscast, and for all these stories and more, go to KentWire.com and follow us on all social media. I'm Erin Sullivan.
And I'm Anna Louden. Have a great night, Portage County.
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
give up on sex, don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.